Okay, today we're going to a wonderful little place called Gawthorpe Hall, and I think it's owned by Lancashire County Council in conjunction with the National Trust. So I'm just going to show you today, not the hall, because I've had maybe that on a vlog before, but I'm going to show you this CBF bike. Now I've cleaned it up. It's very nostalgic, this road, because as I drive down it, I drove down this road for 2.5 years every day, 5 days a week, because I did all the carpentry here and a lot of the woodwork back in the early 1980s. 43, 44 years ago. And we used to have motorbikes, and we used to race down this road a little bit, not massively, but you know, more than the 12 mile an hour we can do now. And it was an amazing place to work, I have to say. The time and effort that I put in here as a newly qualified carpenter, making doors and windows and staircases, and it's got grounds and woodlands everywhere all the way around it. It's a nice place just to come out for a walk, bring your dogs. There's a car park down here which I'm not going to park on because I'm going to park in front of the stable houses. There's a nice car park. You could even get your brew equipment out. You can walk around the hall and the grounds. And this is where Burnley football trained. Very nostalgic, 40 odd years ago. And it just makes me want to be here quite a lot of the time. I come cycling down here quite a lot. So no parking, but we're going to park because we're going to do a little bit of a vlog about some of the gear that I'm wearing. Show you around this CBF. Now it's passed its MOT quite a few weeks ago, and it's running absolutely A1. Okay, welcome to Going Wild again. Today I'm out on the CBF 1000 inline 4, and I'm down at my favourite place. So I'll just do you a little walk around this CBF 1000. So it's a 2009, 8 or 9? 2008. I thought it was a 9. Right, so it's a 2008 CBF inline 4 1000cc motorcycle, chain driven, water cooled, and it's got a full fairing on. It's got raised bars, and this is the full luggage set that I have put on. So I bought this at a reasonable price 8 years ago. 8 years ago I only paid $3,900 for this. It's probably worth less than that today, but it really is a beautiful touring motorcycle. One, because it looks good. I think it looks awesome. Some people say they don't look good, they look a bit bland, they're not nothing sparkling, but realise that this engine comes from the Fireblade, and it's a detuned Fireblade, and it will last forever. It's got a set of Pirelli GT tyres on, which are heavy duty touring tyres, and it's got some Kappa luggage on, so some, I don't know, 80 litres of luggage on this. And most of these bikes didn't have the full fairing on, so there was just the top half, and we've managed to put the bottom half on as well, which I think looks amazing. So this is a touring go anywhere motorcycle, it really is. I've done the North Coast 500 on this. I want to do Ireland on it, and I want to go back to Scotland, I think, this year, take the camping gear and do another camping trip, which, you know, I did a 13-day NC 500 on this. And if you look back at some of my earliest vlogs, really early vlogs, I've got 7 vlogs out when I went on this up to Scotland. This bike's been looked after, it's nearly in pristine condition. It's got a stainless steel downpipes and exhaust on it, and I can't find a fault with it. My second bike's a VFR, and the VFR has had more issues than this. This is beautiful, sleek, full fairing, passes its MOT, and it just goes and does what you ask of it. It's very smooth. It's got, see here, it's got raised bars. The only thing that this bike hasn't got, which troubles me, is it hasn't got a temperature gauge. And you know it's hot when the fans kick in. When the fans kick in, if you're getting slow moving traffic, just like a VFR would, this is the same. The only thing apart from consumables like tyres and brake pads that I've had to change out on this is the battery. I had a Yuasu battery on it from new, I think, and I've put a Motorbat yellow battery alternative on, and I haven't had a problem of this going flat even in winter. It's got I don't know what you call it on this. It's got, alright, it's called the Hiss lock on it. Don't know how good them are, but I don't think you can start it without the key. It's a fairly heavy bike. It's not easy to move at low speed, but it's not hard either. It's just a matter of getting used to the weight ratio. And look at it, what's not to like? There is one other minor, and it is very minor, point on this bike that I don't like. The rear swinging arms are obviously box section, you see it under the exhaust there, and where it comes round and the major spring in the middle attaches, if I'll just go closer, the paint comes off and it goes rusty, so I have that greased up in there. ACF 50 and Lanagard grease in there. So this bike every year gets a good clean down spray, and it gets ACF 50'd, apart from the brakes and the rotors and the discs, we don't do them, but apart from that and the tyres, more or less everything else gets done. And I give it one to at beginning of the season, one application, and then I do another one. So this bike was done with ACF 50 yesterday and buffed up. So today I thought, what a nice day to come to my favourite place, Gawthorpe Hall, and be able to just show you this wonderful machine. Now, I had thought of getting rid of this, and I was going to try to buy a Honda Blackbird instead of this. Maybe trade this, if not trade it, sell it and buy the Blackbird. And I found a Blackbird in grey with matching luggage, and and it doesn't look, apart from one headlight, this has got two headlamps at the front, but the Blackbird is a similar cone shape with one headlight. There's not a lot of difference in a Blackbird looks wise to this with a full fairing on. But on very close inspection, the Blackbird, it had too many chips and dings, scratches, marks. It's been dropped, it's got bits missing, you know, a few cracks in it, tank scratched, and it's 23,000 miles on it, and they say 5 owners. Hasn't been, I don't think it's been looked after. This is from a major retailer. This is 18,000 mile on an 8 plate, and it's more or less pristine. There's a few niggles on this, but very, very little. Just the swinging arm and the side panel on the other side's the issue. I've got it a lot. I broke the bolt. It's an amazing bike. It's an amazing tourer, and like I say, go anywhere. And you know, cap of luggage. People don't like hard luggage, they like soft luggage, because when we drop it, you knacker all your luggage up. But don't drop it. I've been a lot of places on this, and I've probably only done 12,000 miles on this. When I bought this, I only think it had 14 on 15, so I've done 14,000 miles on it. I service it myself. It's going to be due a fluid flush on the antifreeze this year. Everything else is working A1. Can't fault it. Right, just so you know, I've got a mesh jacket on. It's middle of summer, I'm still hot. A Frank Thomas, which isn't great, mate, but it does let the wind right through it. And then I've got a pair of leather Spada gloves with knuckle protectors on, which are full summer, and they're very nice priced gloves for summer. No, they're not heavy duty, but they're just so easy to put on and to ride in this wonderful place around Gawthorpe, around Lancashire, the Ribble Valley. We've got Pendle Hill at our doorstep. We're at the bottom of the Lake District, on the edge of the Yorkshire Dales, and if we really wanted to and head over to Manchester, we can get up into the Peak District. So this area that I live is a beautiful, wonderful place, and when you've got a bike like this, what's not to like about it? Right. Really is a beautiful little thing. Okay, we'll give you another sneak preview of the haul, and if you come on a sunny day, you'll have an absolutely great time here. Okay, I'm going to use my battery up. Just going to go for a little ride. Right, so this is the road out of here. There's a big car park, can accommodate you for a picnic, for a walk, a ride, a cycle, a dog walk. Oh, loads of walks through the woods. I mean, this was my playground when I was a young boy, literally. And when I worked at the hall in 1982, I did all the carpentry on the hall. I did the Great Barn doors. If you want to go and have a look at the Great Barn doors, solid oak doors, 15 foot high, by 20 foot wide. I re-spliced them, built the pegs and rebuilt them and put them back together, and then swung them. We did all the carpentry on all the doors, made the windows, made the doors, made the casings, made the staircases, all out of old pitch pine taken out of churches. It really was, you know, 2.5 years of my time. That was amazing. It was pretty special. And yeah, we used to race down these road on as motorbikes. The road motorbikes then I used to have back in, so I was 17, 18, and I used to have a GT 750. And in those days you could pass your test and ride a 250. So what did everyone go and buy? Go on, guess at the model everyone went and bought. Yep, you've got it. Yamaha RD 250. I didn't have one of them. I had a TS 100 when I was 16, and when I was 17 I bought a CB 750F that run really badly and I got rid of it, and I bought a GT 750 1977 750A, and I paid £400 back then for the 750, and I kept that bike for 40 years. It was pretty special. But yeah, very different today are the bikes. 2-stroke 753 cylinder water cooled, smoked like Billy O, went like crazy, and Barry Sheen used to race them on the track, strip them down to the bare minimums, and what do you get? A race machine. And Barry used to have his own collection of GT 750s. Absolutely gorgeous bikes. Right. Well, what a wonderful park up just for 10 minutes. I've driven from Gawthorpe Hall over to Pendle Hill. I'm sat on Pendle Hill looking at this gorgeous, beautiful view. Look at this. Okay, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you on the next one. Out.